Are you a big fan of Rising of the Shield Hero and want to find more anime like it? Well, then you're in luck, as this is the place to come to find out. Welcome back to Common Comics, where today we will be counting down our picks for the top 10 anime similar to Rising of the Shield Hero. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and click that bell icon for notifications on upcoming content. With that, let's jump right on into our top 10 picks, shall we? Number 10, Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash. Have you ever woken up from a dream and vaguely remembered it but couldn't recall what happened? Well, that's the story with the characters of Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash as they wake up in a tower unaware of how they got there or who they are. We get to follow some of the weaker adventurers of the group who wake up in the tower as they struggle to survive, being the ones nobody wanted in their party. The story mainly focuses on Haruhiro, the thief of the group, and his struggles becoming a leader. It's a bit different from most adventure anime, as you actually get to see the weakest of the characters struggle and slowly build up their levels failure after failure, making it overall a more realistic story. Even though I do like a superpowered MC in his adventure party, actually following the struggles of weaker characters as they become stronger day by day was really enjoyable as it felt more authentic. Number 9, Ray Zero. Ray Zero is like other classic isekai, but with a twist. After being summoned to a world of magic, Subaru comes to learn upon his death, time rewinds to a certain save point, allowing him to redo the day, being the only one who remembers the events before the rewind. Ray Zero follows Subaru as he befriends Amelia, a potential candidate to rule over the kingdom of Lagunica. As Amelia's butler, Subaru uses his new abilities to help Amelia realize her goal and protect her from any harm, no matter how much pain he has to endure. If you like time travel isekai, Ray Zero might be for you, but be warned, it does get a little dark for an isekai, so be prepared for the unexpected. Number 8, Standing on a Million Lives. Standing on a Million Lives is a bit different than your standard isekai, as the characters are transported to an alternate world by the game master to complete timed quests. Although the MC the anime follows is Yusuke Yatsuya, an antisocial high schooler, he isn't the first to be transported to this alternative world. There were two girls before him, Lu Shindo and Kasue Hakozaki, who he had to learn to cooperate with if he wanted to survive. There is a bit of a comedic twist though, as every time they take on a quest, they are given new special classes by the game master, and he just so happens to choose the role of a farmer. As much as he thinks the world sucks, it doesn't suck as bad as some of the classes he gets stuck with throughout the series. Despite all this, it's a great anime to check out if you want a funny adventure isekai. Number 7, Death March to a Parallel World Rhapsody. Death March follows Suzuki Ichiro, also known as Sato, a programmer who falls asleep at work while finishing his game. He wakes up in a new RPG world based off the game he was creating, and has to survive while exploring its vast regions. Sato takes a different path than an adventurer, and becomes a trader and merchant. Throughout his journey, he gains a party of humans and demi-humans that help him in his explorations. Sato also has an RPG heads-up display visible to him for his stats and abilities that he had as a programmer. Sato gains an interest in learning how to make items such as potions and accessories, so he can craft gifts for his party. This also makes him quite the successful merchant, which takes him on many other adventures. Did we mention that in his first appearance in the new world, he kills a god and raises his level from 1 to 310 by accident? Yeah, it's one of those anime, and you'll love every minute of Sato and the gang's festivities. Number 6, Chivalry of a Failed Knight. Chivalry of a Failed Knight is a great anime that shows you just how much hard work and dedication can greatly affect the destiny of one's life. In this case, we follow Ikki's destiny as an F-rank blazer due to his low magical ability. This doesn't stop him though, as he trains every day pushing his body to the ultimate limit. One day, Ikki is challenged by an A-rank blazer known as Stella Vermilion after walking in on her half-dressed. Being known as the worst one, Stella thought Ikki would be an easy win, but she soon got a lesson in humility and a front row seat to just how strongly Ikki wanted to change his own destiny. Just goes to show you don't have to have an insane amount of magical power to be a badass. So, if you like rooting for an underdog, Ikki isn't the worst one you could choose. He's probably one of the best. Not to mention some of his own natural abilities are pretty broken. So, Chivalry of a Failed Knight is at least worth a watch. Number 5, Konosuba. Everybody thinks they want to go out in a blaze of glory, and Kazuma is no exception. Except he doesn't. Being embarrassed and ridiculed by the goddess Aqua, Kazuma is given the option to choose a powerful item or ability to be reincarnated with. To get even, he chooses the goddess herself and soon later regrets it. Thinking that being an adventurer would be fun, he soon understands just how hard it is to get by in this new world with a useless goddess. As Kazuma and Aqua do their best to make ends meet by taking any jobs they can, they make two more friends who have their own own crazy personalities that fit right into the party. If you like isekais with lots of funny characters who just can't seem to catch a break, then Konosuba is a must-see. Number 4. Don Maki. Can't have a list without an anime that explores dungeons and has super OP characters. Don Maki has all that and more, as it follows Bel Cronell and his goddess Hestia, as Bel sets out to make a name for himself and the Hestia Familia in the dungeons. However, many trials and monsters await Bel and the new members of the Hestia Familia as they take on gods and adventurers alike. This anime is more lighthearted than most of the anime on our list, but it follows an underdog in his journey to becoming a legend, so it's worth a watch. If you like dungeon exploration stories with a character who's all too sweet and a little naive, then Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon might be for you. Number 3. Redo of Healer. Redo of Healer is an anime you're either going to love or one that you're going to hate. It follows Kearu, who is from a small village and was gifted with the magic power to heal others. Because of this gift, the princess of a royal family took interest in him, taking him back with her to the royal kingdom. What Kearu didn't realize was that the princess was just using him for his powers to heal others and treated him like no more than a slave, imprisoning and drugging him, then using him for her own personal gain. After he was given a second chance to go back in time and relive his life, he decided to do things a little differently. He lets himself again get captured by the same princess, but this time he was the one calling the shots. Throughout this series, this hatred towards the royal family that he harbors and the revenge he seeks is what makes Redo of Healer such a compelling story. For some, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but if you're looking for a dark fantasy revenge anime, look no further. Number 2. Roka, Braves of the Six Flowers. When it comes to anime like Rising of the Shield Hero, Roka, Braves of Six Flowers definitely comes to mind. This anime follows Adlet and 6 other characters known as the Braves of the Six Flowers, chosen by the Goddess of Fate to defeat the Demon God. Only issue is when they all meet up to defeat the Demon God, there are 7 of them. Since Adlet is the only one who doesn't wield any magic power, he is assumed the traitor and begins to be hunted down by the others. This anime is full of mystery as Adlet tries to find out who the real imposter is to clear his name in time to save the world from the demon god. If you like a good mystery adventure anime, then go check it out and see for yourself if Adlet really is the fake brave. Before we get to number 1, here's an honorable mention. So I'm a Spider, So What? Are you a big fan of reincarnated as a slime? Well, if so, you'll know So I'm a Spider, So What follows a similar premise, but instead of a slime, the main character is reincarnated as a spider. Similar to Rimuru, Kumiko wakes up in an unfamiliar area and in a body she is not attuned to. We get to follow her in her adventures as she becomes another character in anime that possesses broken abilities. If you want to see an anime with an OP spider, then this is the anime for you. Number 1. Ara Ferretta. Last but not least, we have From Commonplace to World's Strongest. This is an isekai anime that follows a group of students who are sent to another world to become heroes. Hajime Nagumo was given the basic ability of a transmutator, while the rest of his class obtained more useful powers. While on a boss fight, Hajime is betrayed by one of his fellow classmates, throwing him into the literal pits of despair, where he was left to die. Feeling betrayed, instead of calling it quits, Hajime uses his anger to survive and become stronger using his transmutation abilities. Not only does he master the ability of transmutation, but he also becomes something more than human. On his journey, he acquires a party with a vampire and rabid demi-human in order to seek revenge on the world that doomed him to despair. Well, that's our picks for the top 10 anime similar to Rising of the Shield Hero. What do you think of our top 10? What anime would you recommend for our list? Make sure to let us know by dropping a comment down below. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, as well as smashing both that subscribe button and bell icon to stay up to date on our latest content. As always, thank you for tuning in to Comet Comics, and I'll see you on our next top 10 video.